Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in here Thursday night, Publicly Buzzed Live. I'm alone. Dan is taking the night off. He's still working on his deck, but he should be here tomorrow night. I'm going to be doing a little bit more of the Karen Reed testimony, rewatch, reaction, whatever you want to call it. Colin Albert from today on Cross, with Alan Jackson. Everybody probably seen it. We're going to be watching it at 1.5 speed and just kind of discussing it, like I said, reacting in real time. Bring your true thoughts to the chat. Coming at you. Thanks, everybody. Share, like, all the good stuff. Love you guys.
Let's rock.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome in here. Publicly Buzzed Live is on the air, I believe. I'm going to make sure Botrix is up and working. Should be. Let me do the old refresh. Should be coming up here. Thanks for coming in, folks. I appreciate it. Like I said, before we actually got started here, Dan is, again, he's working on his deck. This thing should be about done, though, so he shouldn't be taking too many more nights off. But yeah, he should be here tomorrow night for Feral Friday as we do something. I'm not exactly sure what yet. So yeah, keep an eye on all the socials for tomorrow. We'll see. Trying to get something planned out, but I'm not sure if it's going to work out. But anyways, we're definitely going to have something going for sure. As I'm pouring a brewski right now, baby. I needed it. Another long fucking day. Ready to rock and roll. Again, we're going to be looking at some of the Colin Albert cross today from the Karen Reed trial on the Law and Crime Network. But yeah, everybody in here, appreciate you coming in. Please, like I said, hit the like. Share it out. Anybody on X watching, I appreciate that as well. So many people hanging over there. A couple, we got about 14 people over there and about 35 on here. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, guys. Welcome in here. Have I got the chat going? Yes, I do. Defense of Dirty Meow, welcome in here. Thank you very much. I appreciate all the shares. Jay coming through right now. What's up, my brother? What's up, dude? Gail's in the house. Stevie Irwin in the house. Miss Dina in the house. Brooklyn in the house. Tiffany Knox in the house. Paige Miller, what you doing, everybody? Thank y'all so much. Appreciate it. Like I said, we're going to be going into a little bit of this cross from today. It was something. It was something. And I'm going to give some real-time reactions of what's going on as we go. Making sure I'm not forgetting anything. I don't believe I am. And I'll make sure that I've got this up over here. I believe I've got everything ready to rock and roll.
This is gun country.
As you know and have heard before here on Publicly Buzzed, live from West Virginia. Let's see here. I think I've got this. I think that might be a slightly messed up from Hope. Hold on, Colin. Hold it up, bud. Gotta get the murder church off here. We're on a different show here. And then I also need to shrink this slightly because I like to take the black bars off the side, off the Court TV classic trials. And this does not need that. So, yeah, we're going to be jumping in here. I'm watching it at 1.5 speed because it is quite long. And that's why I kind of want to just jump in here tonight to see how much we can get through. And, yeah, let's rock and roll. I put it in Jay's, I'd see Jay already saying Canton is drinking and driving country. I think it's a little known fact that in Massachusetts, the legal drinking age is actually 14 years old. You don't even need an adult to go into a bar to buy an alcoholic beverage at the age of 14 years old. Let's get this thing going. So everybody's scared to death to say exactly what he just said there. They're afraid to say that they've been prepped, which is what they should actually be being done with Lally. Lally should be prepping these folks for the questions that should be coming. As Bob Motta said himself on a live, he would not be doing his job if he did not prep these people. So what we have right here, in my eyes anyways, is Alan Jackson coming in and kind of tricking him a little bit right here by saying, did you talk to anybody beforehand? And Colin Albert being an absolute fucking moron, as we're going to continue to see throughout this entire thing, not actually being completely honest, right? He's kind of thinking, well, no, I didn't, but no, I did get prepped for this, which isn't a bad thing to begin with, but putting in the preference the way Alan Jackson says it in front of the jury, I think it sounds bad. Made him look like a fucking idiot. And it might not have been too hard. Oh shit, my bad. Sorry about that. I'm talking shit and y'all can't even hear it. My bad, Jay. We started back here. Sorry about that.
Anytime before yesterday.
I was pouring my beer to silence. Sorry about that.
All right, whenever you're ready, Mr. Jackson.
Thank you, Robert. Mr. Albert, who did you talk to in order to prepare for your testimony starting yesterday?
Can you rephrase that question, please?
Rephrase the question. You didn't understand my question?
No.
Who did you speak to in order to prepare for your testimony yesterday?
My lawyer.
Other than your lawyer, who did you speak to prepare for your testimony yesterday?
No one.
Did you speak to your parents?
No.
You didn't speak to your mom, your dad?
Nope.
That's all that actually matters, Phil.
At any time before yesterday about your testimony or your statements?
Nope.
Did you discuss with your parents their testimony?
No.
So after they got off the witness stand, your dad didn't come home and say, here's how my day went?
No.
Your mom didn't come home and say, here's how my day went?
Nope.
The Albert family just ignored the fact that both of them testified in a court of law before a jury about the events of January 29, 2022.
What's up, Sleuthy?
No.
Did you talk to Mr. Lally at any point, before yesterday in preparation for your testimony?
Before yesterday, you said?
Correct.
Yes.
Tell me when.
I want to say a month ago about.
What did you talk about?
I got prepped for this.
Tell me what that means. What does it mean to
This is what I was talking about earlier.
What I'm going to be getting asked.
Okay. Remember my first question, very first question this morning? I said, have you spoken to anybody in order to prepare for your testimony? And you said no.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not true. So, Mr. Lally.
Okay. Yes.
It's not okay. It's yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. You said that was about a month ago, correct?
Correct. Around a month ago.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean
Around a month ago.
Tell me what you and Mr. Lally discussed.
The questions I would be asked here.
Can you be more detailed?
I don't remember everything he said.
Did he go over the questions that he believed he would ask?
I believe so.
Did you give him answers to those questions that you believed you would give in response to his questions?
Yes.
What questions did he tell you he was going to ask?
I don't remember.
What answers did you tell him you were going to give?
I don't remember.
That was just a month ago, right?
Yes.
Obviously, you've been thinking about this case quite a bit, haven't you?
Yeah.
Over the last 2.5 years.
No.
How long have you been thinking about this case?
Since people started writing about me on the internet.
How about since you were at a house where an individual ended up dead on the lawn the next morning? Did that prompt you to start thinking about this case?
No.
Not so much, huh?
Nope.
Did you speak with, when Mr. Lally spoke with you, who else was there?
The witness advocate, I believe, and
Steve Nelson?
yes.
Who else?
And is it Sergeant Tully, I believe?
Tully, T-U-L-L-Y?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Anybody else?
Not that I remember.
Sergeant Tully taking notes while you were having this conversation with Mr. Lally?
I do not remember.
Mr. Lally taking notes?
I do not remember.
You remember being told by either Sergeant Tully or Mr. Lally that your conversation was being recorded?
I do not remember.
How long was that meeting?
Say 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Were you given any instructions by either Sergeant Tully or Mr. Lally about your preparation for your testimony?
Can you rephrase that, please?
Sure. Did they give you any instructions about the preparation for your testimony? How they wanted you to answer questions? The tone and tenor of your testimony?
No.
How they wanted you to dress, for instance?
No.
Other than that time a month ago, have you spoken with Mr. Lally or anybody from the DA's office since then, before yesterday?
Nice, Donna. Good timing. So that's why it's, I like to kind of I really just do a rewatch of like my favorite part or like the most interesting part of the day. And sometimes if I didn't get to see, I saw everything today, so I wanted to redo the Colin part. But that's exactly why, Donna. I'm glad that you get to come in here and chill out with us.
Any coverage of this case online?
Nope.
No social media?
No, I don't have social media.
No news,
Love it.
No news coverage?
Nope.
Nightly news, Channel 25, Channel 5?
No.
National news?
Nope.
Live?
Yeah, I didn't have time. I went and got dinner with Cassie, but I wanted to get a sound clip, which, I mean, I could still get it, but it would be perfect for tonight. But I know Bang Bang from a wrestler by the name of Cactus Jack that would end every promo with Bang Bang!
Nope.
So literally, according to you, you know zero about media coverage concerning this case, Commonwealth versus Kerry.
Correct.
Did you talk to Allie before her testimony?
No.
When was the last time you did talk to Allie before she testified yesterday?
I don't remember.
Give me an idea. She's one of your best friends. A week ago, a day ago, a month ago.
I do not remember.
Could have been a year ago.
I do not remember.
Could have been 5 years ago.
No.
Okay. So it's more recently than 5 years ago that you spoke with Allie.
I don't remember.
So you have no independent recollection as you sit here. The last time you talked to one of your best friends and your cousin about any subject.
I hear the tune start playing in my ear. Defense attorney meow. Just gifted out a membership, and Gabby's going to pick that son of a bitch up. Hell yeah.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Judge Bruce Willis just says, welcome to the party, pal. Get in here. Get the hell in here.
Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I know that song too. The Bang Bang I Shot You Down song. Is that it? Hold on. I'm going to show you what I know this from. I think I can get away with this. It's the very end of this promo by Cactus Jack. He would end every promo by this, and he was one of my favorite wrestlers, so I would also, of course, let's scoot back just a little bit. I think I can get that in there.
I'm gonna take you down. Bang bang.
Bang bang!
You down. Bang bang.
That's where I know it from.
Were you ever told in preparation for your testimony, if you start to get stumped or nervous, just say I don't remember?
Nope.
Nobody ever told you that?
Mm-mm. No.
No.
No. Sorry.
It's okay. So nobody ever informed you that you might get nervous on the witness stand, there might be tough questions. Easiest way to get out of that is just say, yeah, I don't recall.
No.
So you just don't recall because your memory is that bad. You literally don't recall the last time you spoke with a cop.
Objection.
Ask that differently, Mr. Jackson.
Sure. Your testimony is you were not instructed to say, I don't remember. You just literally don't remember.
Correct.
It's an issue with your memory, not an instruction that you received.
Correct.
Right. But you do remember 2.5 years ago, you left 34 Fairview at 12:10 a.m., correct? Down to a minute.
Correct.
Did Mr. Lally, during this meeting that y'all had, did Mr. Lally show you anything? Items of evidence, photographs, videos, anything like that?
No.
Did you two talk about any evidence that you might see? Photographs, documents, videos?
Not that I remember.
He didn't show you the series of text messages between you and Ms. McCabe, Allie?
I don't remember.
Okay, so you're not saying he didn't. You're just saying, again, you just don't remember.
Correct.
Okay. And this was just a month ago.
A month. Correct.
Could have been sooner than a month. All right, let me ask that a different way. Could have been more recently than a month.
I don't know.
Don't know that either.
Mm-mm.
Is that no?
Yeah. No.
So, Mr. Albert, you have to answer yes or no, not just.
All right. Sorry.
Where were you when this meeting a month ago took place?
At the DA's office on Shawmut Road.
Who contacted you to come to the DA's office?
I do not remember that.
Don't remember that either.
No.
Phone call from Mr. Lally, maybe?
I don't believe that I received the phone call. Maybe my lawyer did or my father, but I don't know. I don't believe I did.
So if your father received a phone call and then told you need to go to the DA's office to meet Mr. Lally, that would be a conversation with your dad about your preparation for your testimony, correct?
I wouldn't say so. No.
You would categorize that as such?
No.
Okay. Because, of course, even though you went to the DA's office to meet Mr. Lally and a sergeant from the Massachusetts State Police to talk about your testimony, you didn't mention that to your dad.
No.
You didn't mention that to your mom.
No.
And when you got done with that meeting, Dad didn't ask you, how'd it go, son?
Nope.
Your mom didn't say, how was that meeting?
No.
About this massive murder case.
Objection.
Yo, welcome in,
Let me
Carla.
ask you a different way. Do you consider this to be a high-profile murder case?
Objection.
Stand on relevancy. That's what
Objection.
In your mind,
Objection. I don't actually have any reasoning or know what the reasoning is. Judge Bev winked at me, so I thought I would say an objection.
this is an important case. Correct.
There is some weird shit there, right? Like, no matter how anybody looks at any of this stuff, and I know we all have different opinions. Well, a lot of people have a lot of different opinions, but there's a lot of weird shit going on. And I almost feel like as it's continued to go, the judge has, I don't know if she's like, I don't know if she it sounds silly to say that she's implemented, like they've tried to say multiple times, but it seems like as the further it goes, she's almost realizing, like, I don't know if she's realizing, but today, like, one of her rulings was, you know, letting the videos in with Colin where he was basically acting like a thug. I mean, I don't know. Like, is she also seeing, like, what the fuck is happening here?
Obviously.
Correct.
I don't know, man. Everything's so weird around this. Every
Just never
fucking
comes
bit
up
of
in
it.
household.
I was talking to Cassie at dinner about it, and I was literally just going over, breaking down stuff, and even as I'm saying it, like, there's so many parts that are truly unbelievable. Like, I've never seen a trial like this. Like, this is such a strange thing happening currently.
No.
It's fucking weird. Yo, Bob, what's up, dude?
You were
Welcome
asked
in
to
here,
look at
man.
A couple of text messages yesterday. A little bit like this. You seen that before?
Yes.
When did you see that before?
Yesterday.
Before yesterday? Had you ever seen that before?
On my phone, yeah.
Okay, other than on your phone when you made the screenshot, had you ever seen that before? Mr. Lally ever showed it to you?
Not that I remember, no.
So you two didn't discuss that in your meeting a month or less ago?
We could have. I don't remember.
But again, you don't remember. Is that no?
No.
Did Mr. Lally tell you why he wanted to question you about those text messages?
I don't remember.
Did Mr. Lally tell you anything about what you might be asked on cross-examination?
No.
He asked you about any videos that you've ever posted?
No.
He asked you about any comments you've ever made online?
Nope.
Any photos you've ever been in?
No.
Any fights you've ever been in?
Nope.
Who's Courtney Proctor?
She's friendly with my aunt, Jillian.
I'm sorry?
My aunt Jillian, she's friendly with.
When you say friendly with, describe that. What do you mean by friendly with?
I know that they're pretty friendly.
Have you ever been to Courtney Proctor's home?
Yes.
How many times would you say over the years?
4 or 5, maybe.
Her family is close to your family, it's fair to say.
Not that close. Close though.
When you say not that close, but close though, what does that mean?
I'd say we're more close when I was
Oh,
younger.
shit. We got
Not-
trouble brewing now, baby. The Vantage boys are in the house. Shit.
I got older.
Okay. How old are you now? You're 20?
Correct.
That's a completely normal YouTube name that you would give yourself.
You're on. May I approach you? Okay. I have a photo I'd like to show Mr. Lally first. Ma'am?
Yes.
Thank you. Take a look at that photo and tell me if you recognize it. Just look at it to yourself, please. Let me know if you studied it for a second.
Yep.
You recognize the photo?
Yes.
Who's in that photo?
Objection.
So the objections sustained as to the content of the photos. Did you want to come to sidebar and explain this to me?
I have to agree with that, dude. He's the coolest one I've seen yet. Like, he's crazy. Even if you don't agree or agree with everything that he says, dude, I'm watching the Phil Spector trial right now, and it's a completely different type of situation where he's the prosecutor, and I haven't heard anything basically from him except very few arguments in the openings. But, dude, he's a fucking wizard is what he is. Casting spells out there, bro. Okay, this is on 1.5 speed. Trying to get through her.
Thank you. Mr. Albert, approximately when was that photograph taken?
Objection.
No, we can get that, but
Bang, bang.
we'll answer that question.
What's up, Simply Bill? Welcome in here.
10 years or less ago, I'd say. I don't.
You were the ring bearer in Courtney Proctor's wedding, were you not?
Objection.
I'll allow that.
Correct.
So when you say we're friendly, but not that, or we're close rather, but not that close, you were actually close enough to be a member of her wedding party when she was married to her now husband, correct?
When I was younger, correct.
Well, of course it was when you were younger, 10 years ago. Is that yes?
Yeah.
That's my question. So for at least a decade, your family and the Proctor family has been close enough such that you and Albert were in her wedding, correct?
Objection.
Ask that differently, Mr. Jackson.
For the last, well, at least at that time, 10 years ago, your family was close enough to the Proctor family such that you were a ring bearer in Courtney Proctor's wedding, right?
Correct.
And who's Courtney Proctor's brother?
Michael Proctor.
And is Michael Proctor in the photograph that you're looking at?
Yes.
First on the far left.
Correct.
Looks like he's in a tuxedo.
Correct.
You were also in a tuxedo.
Objection.
Sustained.
What I'm getting at is you all were part of the same wedding party, correct?
Correct.
And that's a photograph of Courtney Proctor's wedding and the entire wedding party, correct?
Objection.
Sustained.
Is that a photograph of a wedding party?
Objection.
Sustained.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Yes.
Got the sidebars.
Robert, I'm going to look at that one more
Eddie
time.
in his ear, boy.
Both you and Michael Proctor are depicted in the photograph, correct?
Love you, Gil. You're
Correct.
freaking awesome.
How long have you known Michael Proctor?
Since I was a little kid.
And you've known him well enough to know, I don't want you to tell me or tell the jurors, but you know where he lives.
Yeah.
You consider the Proctor family close to your family.
Yeah.
During the course of, for instance, just as an example, during the course of this event, joyous event at a wedding, you actually sat at the head table along with the Proctor family because you were given the honor of being the ring bearer in Courtney's wedding, correct?
Correct.
And you know, of course, that being in a wedding party is reserved for those special family members and friends, correct?
Objection.
Sustained.
In your mind, was that a special honor?
Objection.
Is that what you thought when you were little? When you were in that?
I'd say so, yeah.
Okay.
And you were never interviewed by Canton Police Department in connection with this case, correct?
No.
How many times were you interviewed by Massachusetts State Police in connection with this case?
Once.
And that was in July of 2023, correct?
I don't remember exactly when it was.
About a year and a half after the events in question. Is that right?
Around there.
Okay. Refresh your recollection if you saw a copy of a report of that interview, just to get the date.
Sure, yeah.
May I approach on?
Yes.
I may have just a moment.
Yes.
Take a look at paragraph 1. It's in the middle of the paragraph. If you'll just read that to yourself, please. You got that? You saw the July 18 date,
Yes.
2023?
Yes.
Does that refresh your recollection that that was the first time you were interviewed by Massachusetts State Police?
Correct.
May I approach on?
Yes.
Thank you. Who conducted that interview?
Michael Proctor and one of his partners, I believe. I don't remember.
Michael Proctor was the lead investigator. in the interview, correct?
Correct.
That's the same Michael Proctor that appears on the far left of the photo of that wedding party, correct?
Correct.
Did you find that interview, by the way, how long did the interview last?
Go fucking full screen.
I do not remember.
I'm all over the place
That's fine.
tonight,
One point, it was
guys.
about 10 minutes.
If anybody's seen my Twitter feed today, you probably have noticed.
No.
You testified at a different hearing, a different proceeding, not this proceeding, one other time, correct?
Correct.
I may have just a moment.
Yes.
May I approach?
Yes.
I need a foundational question first. I apologize. It's my fault, Mr. Albert. Do you believe it would refresh your recollection as to the length of that first interview if you were to see your testimony from a prior proceeding?
Yeah.
May I approach? John?
Yes.
Thank you. Take a look at this, and I'm going to direct your attention to line 18 and 19 of that transcript. Let me know when you reviewed it.
So yeah, Bob's hanging out here in the chat, and I said, "Have you ever seen a judge handle objections like this in a trial?" And he just came back and said, "No." And tonight, when I was talking to Cassie, and I was trying to, I was basically just going over the case with her and all the weird shit, even within the trial. And when I'm talking about parts like that, with the Lally objections, when you don't get an actual explanation to what's happening, and then basically the judge takes over, even like what just happened, she will then take over the spot to ask to continuation. Either she shoots it down, or she'll say, "Do you know that answer?" to the witness. That's so strange, man. And it just adds on to the already incredibly strange situation that's happening within this trial. And I mean, I guess the outside interference, everything that's been happening, we all know the craziness that's a whirlwind that's surrounded this entire case. So, I mean, I guess a lot of that is the cause, but man, it is fucking weird.
Is that yes?
Yeah.
May I?
Yes.
Does that refresh your recollection?
Yes.
How long was that interview?
Which interview are you?
The interview that you had with Michael Proctor. That's what that question was about. You just read.
I still don't remember.
If you recall that it says, you testified, question, how long did the interview last for?
Objection sustained where his memory is not refreshed.
I do remember that. That's right. Tiff Knox makes a really good point. Judge Mom in the Hannah Gutierrez trial made attorneys go to the bench for every objection. So maybe it's a thing to where, it's a personal, being a judge in that position type of situation. You don't want the objections out there. You don't want maybe the argument out there for the public to see, where it's so many eyes are on it in the camera and this is such a national thing. I guess I get that to a degree, but also I can see the complete opposite side of that, and especially knowing defense attorneys, especially like Bob, and knowing that you want everything to be as transparent as possible. Just to go completely sideways, the Delphi stuff in general, a lot of that stuff seems to be behind a wall, like it's hidden. Smoke and mirrors are all over the place, where you want to be able to actually see what's happening. And you hear an objection, and back to the Hannah Gutierrez, I do remember that they'd go up every single time, and they'd have to, I guess, do their arguments in the sidebar. And that's exactly what's happening here, except it's a little bit stranger when we get an objection from the prosecutor, who then doesn't follow up whatsoever. It's almost like, to use Judge Mom, it's almost like Judge Bev is the mom in the situation. She's the one that's hand-holding Lally the whole way through it. It's fucking strange, dude.
Did this
I don't
refresh your
know.
recollection as to the question and answer, how you answered the question, how long that interview lasted?
Yes.
Okay. Did you say 10 minutes?
Yes.
It's fucking weird, man.
So during the course of that 10-minute conversation that you had with Michael Proctor, what was the tone of that interview? You understand what I mean by tone?
I do not understand.
Okay. Was it hostile and accusatory?
Not that I remember, no.
Was it antagonistic or confrontational?
Can you use different words, please?
Sure. Was he being mean?
Now, I tweeted that today. I haven't been incredibly brutal, but I mean, I'm going to give my opinions on what I think's actually happening here. And that part right there, I did totally tweet that out earlier, the entire part from Jackson X. And he's like, can you use different words? And then he's like, was he being mean?
No.
Okay. He was being nice, right?
Professional, I'd say.
Yeah. But you've done it.
And I'm an idiot, okay? I want to preference that right fucking now. I was talking to Cassie again earlier about this, and I was like, that's how I'm going to say it, right? Like, I'm a fucking moron watching this, like, having my mind blown, okay? Like, if you want to put it in actual terms, and you're watching, like, some of these fucking, I'm going to put it in terms of genius-level people, because that's what they are to me when you get somebody that is a defense attorney that is obviously a higher intellectual position than you are. But I mean, and that's when I put myself in a preference of like, dude, I'm not that fucking smart, but I can get by, and I can at least kind of halfway understand a lot of these arguments. They need to be explained to me by, again, experts. But watching this, whoa, I'm gonna go take the bar. Like,
Right?
Yes.
He was friendly, cordial,
Correct.
and the interview was comfortable.
Say it again?
The interview was comfortable.
Correct.
You didn't feel like you were on the hot seat.
No.
Did you find that the interview with Michael Proctor was consistent with the relationship that you've had with him your whole life? Meaning, he's always been friendly to you. He was just as friendly in that conversation.
Not really, no.
How was he different?
I'd say more professional.
Okay. Obviously, he was doing a job, correct?
Correct.
But when you walked in, you recognized him.
Yes.
He recognized you.
Yes.
You made natural greetings with one another, correct?
Correct.
Questioned you about a few things.
what's up, Gambies? Welcome in here.
Look at your phone. You didn't ask to take your phone with you.
No.
You didn't ask to seize your phone or seize any other physical items from you.
No.
You weren't asked to come down to the police station and sit in an interview room or an interrogation room, were you?
No.
In fact, where did the conversation take place, those 10 minutes?
In the DA's office on Shawmut Road.
DA's office on Shawmut Road. Who else was there other than Trooper Proctor and his partner at the time, Trooper Clark?
Can you
Who else
repeat?
was there? Was it just Trooper Proctor, Michael Proctor, and Clark?
Yes.
Okay, so just the three.
Yes.
And Trooper Proctor was the one that was sort of leading the conversation.
Yes.
And when it was done, he said, you're free to go.
Correct.
And he didn't take your phone.
Nope.
He didn't ask you to look at any text messages.
Nope.
He didn't look through your phone.
Nope.
He didn't take any screenshots or videos of your phone or the contents of your phone.
Nope.
Just let you walk out the door.
Correct.
Your Honor, may I publish the photo?
Why don't you come over here for just 1 second? May I have that, please?
Like to do the close up of Karen Reed on these sidebars now. Damn, they were long today, boy. Shit.
You're correct. May I inquire?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Albert, I want to shift gears for a quick second. On July 27th, you and your attorney appeared at a hearing in a separate proceeding, correct?
I
Let me ask it a different way. You testified in a different proceeding, not this trial, but a different proceeding.
Correct.
Okay. You appeared under oath. You appeared with your lawyer. You gave testimony, and that's part of what you looked at a second.
Correct.
But when you met with Michael Proctor, you did not feel the need to take an attorney with you. It was just you, Michael Proctor, and Investigator Clark, correct?
Objection.
That's sustained.
You were asked yesterday about certain texts with your cousin Allie, correct?
Correct.
Allie is obviously family,
Yes.
but she's more than family. She's
Thanks,
also a good
Brooklyn.
friend.
You're fucking awesome.
Correct.
As a matter of fact, she's one of your best friends.
Correct.
And at your age, this is not meant to be pejorative, but we're different generations. At your age, your most convenient way of communicating is through text messages, correct?
Correct.
I mean, if you're going to grab a buddy, say, let's meet at the such and such ball field or whatever, you're going to text them, probably not call
Either or.
them. Okay. But texting is pretty common between you and your friends.
Yes.
Texting is certainly common between you and Alan. You've already seen evidence of that, right?
Yes.
And that's generally how you like to communicate with Alan.
I'd say so, yeah.
Well, hell yeah, Mandy.
In fact, when you reached out to her for a ride, there were like 8 text messages back and forth just for a pickup, correct?
Correct.
Sure.
Yes, actually, Jay, coming through right now with the actual true facts of this trial. I think we can all agree on one thing about this trial. Man with the tiny desk should sit at the adult table at least once. Yeah, it's rude that he's not offered yet, but we still have a long way to go, so it could happen. But yes, I agree. Down there at the very end, set a chair, and he may block off some folks there, but come on. I mean, I know that's John's brother, but he could position it maybe there at the corner and still not be able to block anybody's. They would probably be looking there. That's the angle that they would be looking at the witness. But I don't know. I don't know. He's at a tiny desk. It's very tiny. And I saw somebody earlier was talking in your chat about his hands. It was mentioned in his hands. They're very large hands. But is it really large hands, or is it because he's at a tiny, tiny desk? I think his laptop's even ultra small. This poor man.
May I approach Your Honor?
Yes.
This is a copy of 81. I just want you to have that in front of you. Your Honor, with the court's permission, please place Exhibit 81 on the screen.
Okay.
Your Honor, may I approach and use the L-mark instead of...
Okay. Is there an objection to that?
No, Your Honor.
May I have that back?
I thought you meant approach over
Oh
there.
shit, I missed that. Did he? Holy shit. Why did you freak out?
Do you want the Commonwealth to pull it? Mr. Jackson, do you want the Commonwealth to pull it up for you?
You'd be happy to, Your Honor. It's fine.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Thank you, Ms. Gilman.
May I approach the witness?
Yes.
Okay. You see what's displayed on the
Chat
screen?
off the screen.
Yes.
It's only part of the text string, but does that look like it's an accurate representation of what you're looking at?
Yes.
And this is a series of texts on or about January 28th and 29th of 2022, is that right?
Yes.
And Mr. Allie, you needed something as simple as a ride. You were just asking Allie to give you a ride, is that right?
Yes.
And that's because you said that it's common for you guys to text back and forth. You just texted her, hey, you can get me now, is that right?
Yes.
And then you texted if it's easier, and then she said, okay, I'm dropping people off, and there was an exchange back and forth, is that right?
Yeah.
And there were at least 8 texts between the two of you, if you just count them up real quick, just about getting picked up.
Yeah.
If you scroll down a little bit, after the end of that text string, that ends at 12:10 a.m., it says, okay. You see the next date?
Yes.
What date is that?
February 20th.
That's nearly a month later, correct?
Correct.
So there was a gap after January 29th,
Yo, Kelly.
2022, when you found out that a man had ended up dead on your uncle's lawn. And you and
Welcome in
Allie
here.
did not text each other for a month, not once.
Objection.
Sustained as to that form. Ask it differently.
Isn't it true that on January 29th, later in the day, you found out about John O'Keefe and his condition, that he died?
Objection.
Is that true? Did you find out that day?
Yes.
Okay.
So you were well aware of, thank you, we'll take that down. You were well aware, Mr. Albert, that something very tragic had happened at your uncle's house, Brian Albert's house, right?
Correct.
And you were aware that you had been at your uncle's house that night, right?
Correct.
You're also aware that, according to you, Allie McCabe was the one that picked you up and took you from that location.
Correct.
And notwithstanding the fact of this tragedy, you and Allie didn't text each other one time for a month. Is that right?
I don't think that's correct.
So where are those texts?
We text on other platforms too, so I'd say other apps.
So is there a reason why you decided for the next month to just switch platforms to maybe Snapchat?
Objection.
I'll allow it.
No reason.
Are you sure that you switched platforms?
I'd say so, yeah.
Why did you switch platforms?
We go back and forth, I'd say, between platforms texting.
You switched platforms because you know that Snapchat deletes all communications, correct?
Objection.
Ask it differently, Mr. Jackson.
Do you know that Snapchat has an auto-delete function on it?
If your app is set to that, yes.
Your app was set to that, wasn't it?
I do not remember that.
So again, your memory is failing you.
Thank you so much, Cat Girl.
Can you rephrase that?
Sure, once again,
Sleuthy
your
got
memory
it.
is failing you.
Get in here.
Remember,
Objection.
Ask it differently, Mr. Jackson.
isn't it true, Mr. Albert, that you either switched platforms or deleted the texts because you did not want your text communications with Allie McCabe to be discovered? Is
Objection.
Overruled.
that right?
It's not true.
So where are those communications?
I do not know.
Can't produce them right now, can you?
I'm not sure.
So in the days, the hours, and days, and weeks following the death of John O'Keefe, your communications with your best friend, Allie, the person who gave you a ride home that night, they're just gone, right?
I'm not sure.
You testified that you provided Exhibit 81, what we were just looking at, and you're still looking at in front of you, as a screenshot of your communications on January 29th, 2022 with Allie McCabe, correct? It was a screenshot.
You say that again? Sorry.
You provided that item as a screenshot, not as an actual text to law enforcement. Is that right?
I don't believe so.
Okay, do you know what a screenshot is?
Yes.
What's a screenshot?
When you take a picture on your phone.
That's a picture from your phone.
Yes.
Okay, so it is a screenshot.
Yes, it is a screenshot.
Okay, that's my question. When you met with Michael Proctor in that interview that lasted 10 minutes,
That's the wrong one. But Gambies, hold up.
Hold up! Hold up! Hold up!
That's crazy. That is crazy. But, I mean, I could see maybe him getting rid of everything after all the shit that's been going on with people probably coming after him, I guess. Maybe he's freaking out. I don't know. Also, I mean, it isn't hard to create separate accounts. I don't know about
Michael Proctor
Facebook,
did not
but
get the
definitely
actual
other
text
socials.
underlying that screenshot, did he?
No.
He never looked
You gotta count social media as like Snapchat and all of these. There's, dude, I've learned this recently. I'm a 37-year-old dude, and younger folks are using social media sites that I've never even fucking heard of. So like, I don't think it's a cool thing to be on Facebook. You know what I mean? Like, these people are using sites that we don't even know about probably.
for those actual texts, did he?
No.
He never asked you for those actual texts, did he?
No.
And you never volunteered to give him those actual texts, did you?
I think I volunteered to, yeah.
On that day?
Oh, no, not on that day, no.
Not on that day. You know what a phone extraction is?
Not familiar.
Okay. Have you ever heard of a phone imaging or a phone extraction or a forensic extraction?
Yo, Brandy, welcome in here. What's going on?
Not really, no.
Michael Proctor never asked you, I think it's fair to say now, given that answer, Michael Proctor never asked you if you could do a phone extraction of your cell phone, did he?
No.
He never asked if you could take a forensic image of your phone, did he?
No.
Do you know what metadata is?
Nope.
You know the dates and times. You take a photo on your phone. Sometimes, well, not sometimes, all the time. It'll capture the date and time of the photo. You know that?
Objection.
I'll hear this answer and it may end your inquiry. Do you know that?
Pretty sure I do, yeah.
Have you ever heard of that data, the dates and times and geolocations? Have you ever heard of that referred to as metadata?
No.
Okay, so I'll just use the word date and time. You know that on your phone, if you pull up a text, you can go behind the text and see the date and time that it was actually.
That's a good fucking point, because she's seeing after the fact that they are 100% lying, right? Like, she is seeing that. Dude, like, I mean, and as I said earlier, it seems like she is, I don't want to say leeway, but it seems like she's, like today, she took a little bit more time to consider whether those videos should come in. I mean.
See, right?
Yeah.
But on a screenshot, you're left with just what's on the screen. Can't go behind the screenshot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You provided just the screenshot, ultimately, not the actual text, correct?
Correct.
But in September of 2023, Michael Proctor's partner, a man by the name of Yuri Buknik, you know that name?
Yeah.
He contacted you and said he wanted to talk about your text messages, correct?
I don't remember.
Do you remember that you told Yuri Buknik when he asked about the text messages, you did not have the screenshot anymore. You sent it to your father, Chris.
I don't remember that.
Do you recall telling Yuri Buknik if he wanted to get the screenshot, you weren't going to give it to him. You'd have to get it from your dad.
Do not remember that.
You remember Trooper Buchnick agreeing with you and saying, sure, I'll just call your dad and get it from him.
Don't remember that.
You certainly don't remember ever giving Trooper Buchnick a copy of that screenshot.
No, I don't remember.
Because you didn't, did you?
I do not remember.
But you did give it to your dad, right?
I do not remember.
Do you remember anything about this case?
Objection, Your Honor.
I'll withdraw. To this day, you've never been required to present your phone to any law enforcement agent.
Nope.
It was never imaged. It was never downloaded.
Nope.
You still have the same phone?
Yes.
If you had the actual texts on your phone, why did you provide law enforcement with just a screenshot?
Objection.
I'll allow that.
I'm not sure.
You were shown a photo yesterday of you in February of 2022 with your aunt. Remember that photo? Mr. Lally showed you that photo?
Correct.
And he said he wanted you to pay special attention to your face and hands and extremities. Asked you if there was anything unusual about that.
Yes.
You said no. In that photo, absolutely nothing unusual in February 2022 about you, your face, your hands, fists, nothing. Right?
Correct.
I want to draw your attention to February 26th, same month, less than a month after the incident. You were at a place called Fenway Johnny's with your buddies, weren't you?
Correct.
Then I have two documents I'd like to mark for identification that, of course, want to show Mr. Lally.
Okay.
1, 2.
Thank you. Okay.
Present these to the witness.
Yes.
May we approach?
I may as well see them. I'll end up seeing them.
Objection. Objection. Hold on. Let me get through this. Hold on. Keep her moving. This was pretty long. This was most of the morning. They did a halfer today. Jeez. Jeez.
So you're putting it in evidence before you display it?
May I approach one more time?
Yes.
Well, sir, do you recognize those two documents?
Yes.
Taking a look at the one that's got multiple documents on it, I don't want you to tell me what's on it. Just tell me if you recognize the picture that's in the middle to the right.
Yes.
Okay. And then looking at the second document, which I believe is marked EE for identification at this point, does that appear to be a true and accurate enlargement of the first thumbnail?
Yes.
And those were taken on February, that photo was taken on February 26, 2022.
Yes.
Yeah, and then he answered it with, of course. That was hilarious. Like, that was my favorite part of this trial, quite honestly.
It's called Fenway Johnny's, right?
Correct.
May I publish the
Put it into evidence first.
move for the admission of just EE?
So you need to get it to the court reporter.
May I, I'm sorry, just FF? May I approach?
Yes.
EE or FF?
Oh, no. FF.
Okay. Give it to Madam Court Reporter to put the exhibit number on it.
Exhibit 85, Your Honor. Thank you. Excuse me, FF.
Ma'am?
Yes.
You see that photograph?
Like, that's, dude.
That's being displayed?
And I hate to quit pausing, keep pausing, but this is a reaction one. But this is my question, though. Like, how can they see a lot of this stuff and they'll not be, like, why would you be lying? Why would the fucking cops be lying? Why would these EMTs be lying? Provable fucking lies. And you know that they know that they're lying. There's no way that, with complete respect to the family of John O'Keefe, they have to be looking at this stuff as well online. I don't know how they couldn't be. Dude, that's my question, Kelly. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on exactly, but one thing I'm pretty confident, you can see it, and the thing that is provable is that a lot of these folks are lying. Like, are they afraid? Are they scared to death that they're going to be implemented somehow to be then charged with murder, even if they're not actually part of it? Like, I don't honestly think that they did anything. Honest to God, I really don't. Like, I'm becoming more and more that I'm not on that side. Like, I don't know what happened, But I also don't know why the fuck they would be lying. All of the, like, everything is fucking weird, man. Like, why?
Yes.
Are you in the photograph?
It's
Yes.
crazy.
Which person are you?
But tomorrow I may change my opinion on that. Honestly, I've flipped and flopped on this all over the place. Like, I can't just, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It actually hurts my brain.
And about what time of day was it? That's you in the middle?
Correct.
Okay. About what time of day was this taken?
Not sure.
Was it at an event, some sort of just you were at a bar?
Just at a bar.
Okay. Why don't you take a look at
Kelly wins.
your right hand? Can you see from there clearly your right hand?
Yes.
What do you notice about your right hand?
It's cut up.
Your knuckles are injured, correct?
Correct.
Now, you didn't take this photo, did you?
Nope.
That photo was never on your phone. In other words, it wasn't a friend of yours that took the photo.
No.
This was taken by an event staff member, is that right?
Correct.
It was later posted on social media, isn't that right?
Correct.
You could not access the metadata. You couldn't access the time and date of that photo, correct?
Like, that's true, too. Like, there doesn't just have to be two theories. Like, we especially being in true crime, we see the wildest fucking cases. And sometimes once you have an actual answer, it doesn't make sense. But then you can actually see evidence and data backing up why this is what happened. Or sometimes you can actually see the freakiest fucking shit happen caught on surveillance cameras or caught on video. Like, that's all my X and Twitter feed is just the wildest, craziest true crime related videos from all over the world that make me go, like, that blow my mind. Like, so many things that are just within moments or seconds of, like, if this didn't happen, this would have happened, or I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
I don't know.
Time or date this photo was taken?
No.
This photo was completely short of out of
Maybe
your
we
control,
shouldn't be
is that
stuck
right?
on just
It was
this.
controlled by the event staff at Fenway Johnny's.
Correct.
On February 26th, less than a month after the incident at Fairview, that's what your right knuckles look like, correct?
Correct.
And this is a true and accurate depiction of your condition on or about February 26th, correct?
Correct.
How'd you get those injuries?
I was at a party, my house party, my senior year, and I remember it being icy out, and it was kind of like a steep hill of a driveway, and I was walking up the driveway, and I slipped down the driveway, and I tried to catch myself, but I had something in my left hand, so I tried to brace myself with my right hand, and I ended up sliding a little bit down the driveway.
What'd you have in your left hand?
Dude,
If I remember, it was either my phone.
that's a crazy fucking theory, and I might have missed that one. I saw Bob's theory of the slipping, but holy shit, dude. Wow. Like, I don't know,
or a
man.
beverage.
So, according to you, you fell on ice and injured your knuckles, as we
Oh,
just saw in the
Shannon's.
photograph, right across the top of your knuckles.
Correct.
So you
That's
fell
an
onto,
interesting-
like, pavement, asphalt,
Yes.
and you braced yourself when you fell your entire body weight by putting your right hand down in a fist, and you injured your right fist, just the top of the knuckles on your right fist when you fell down.
Correct.
Seriously?
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Yeah, dude, I don't.
Can you put your palm
I don't.
down when you fell?
No.
You fell your entire body weight on your right fist and just injured the top portion of your knuckles, correct?
Correct.
Those injuries to your knuckles look an awful lot like the kind of injuries that you would get in a
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained.
You ever been in a fight, sir?
Other than with my brothers, no.
You've never been in a fight
Nope.
your entire life.
Other than with my brothers, no.
Never hurt your knuckles before.
Not sure what you mean.
Never hurt your knuckles in a fight.
No.
Interesting.
And in this case, when you fell down on the asphalt, it was only the top four knuckles of your right hand, correct?
Correct.
You right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
You box?
Nope.
I'm sorry, you don't box?
Nope.
You've never boxed?
Never.
You ever practiced boxing?
I've hit the bag for like cardio, but other than that, no.
When you hit the bag, is that considered boxing?
I wouldn't say so. Not
It's not jumping
really.
rope, is it, Mr. Albert?
No.
It's not doing curls.
Nope.
Not doing push-ups or calisthenics.
Nope.
It's hitting a bag, correct?
Yeah.
That's boxing, right?
I'd say yeah.
Yeah. When that photograph was taken at Fenway Johnny's, those knuckles look like they had been re-injured from a prior injury.
Hey, yeah, Brandy, thanks for coming
No.
through. Really appreciate it.
No.
That's awesome.
Falling on the asphalt.
Correct.
Any other cuts or scrapes from that terrible fall on the asphalt?
Objection, Your Honor.
I'll rephrase it.
Yeah, this
Any
one's
other cuts or
insane,
scrapes or
man.
injuries from that
Like,
fall?
I don't remember.
Just your right knuckles.
Yeah.
thanks, Jersey Jam. Appreciate that.
You said you've never been in a fight before.
Nope.
Did you post a video? You threatened that you're going to.
Objection, Your Honor.
The objection sustained. I'll see you at sidebar on this. I'm familiar with this.
Interesting thought there. Would have, say he's passed out, and are we talking could potentially another animal have made those marks on the arm? Is that crazy? I don't know. Interesting page. Oh, let me skip through here a little bit. With respect to John O'Keefe's brother, of course, and his family, his mom, his dad.
Send you out for a recess. We have some work we have to do here.
Okay, I think they're going to go into
For me to
the
get you coffee and bagels. I apologize for
voir
that. But
dire.
Will be a little bit. So
Voir dire,
we'll
is
send
that
you
how you
out
say
for
it?
a recess. They're both on the same. They're separate.
One, I'm holding
You. Okay. So play.
I tell you what, I'm going to actually get through this and get to the actual part when we get into it with the jury. If I can, I think I can figure that out. Yeah, it should be right after this. And then that's when Bev took a break and she comes back and lets it in. Which, you know, I definitely did not think was going to happen. Yeah, here we go.
Moving to
Yeah, this
introduce
gets
those into
good.
evidence at this point.
Yes. Thank you. Mr. Albert, before we took a break, you had mentioned that you've never been in a fight.
Correct.
You stand by that testimony?
Correct.
I'd like you to take a look at the video. It's been marked for, sorry, it's evidence number 86. I'm going to play this short video for you and then ask you a couple questions.
No, your bench boys. I will beat all your asses. I promise you, I will fuck you all up. Pull up, bitch.
Did you recognize what was depicted in that video?
Yes.
Who was that?
Me.
And before today, I was under the impression that that was to Turtle Boy. I didn't know that that was before. Like, so online, it was being, that's what I thought from just reading and seeing stuff. But apparently that was not. That was to kids from another town over.
Approximately when was that video taken?
Around my sophomore year in high school.
Sophomore year or senior year in high school?
Say around my sophomore year in high school.
Why do you say your sophomore year when you previously felt? Let me ask it a different way. Did you previously testify at a different hearing back in July of 2023?
Yes.
You were asked about this video, weren't you?
Yes.
You were asked about another video at the same time, correct?
Correct.
And in that hearing, you said you believe that was taken closer to your junior year or senior year in high school, correct?
Correct.
And that was under the oath?
Correct.
Same oath that you took here?
Correct.
Closer in time to the events in question. And at that time, you said your junior year or senior year in high school, correct?
Correct.
If it was your senior year in high school, what year would that have been?
21, 22. So 2021, 2022.
Going into 2022, correct?
Yeah.
The same year that John O'Keefe passed away.
Correct.
What did you mean by, I'm going to fuck you up?
That I was going to beat them up?
Actually, you didn't say beat them up.
place
You
is
said,
dead anyway,
I'm gonna
man.
beat your
I
ass.
always hit the wrong one.
Yes.
But when Helen Jackson went in, what? Oh, man. What did you mean by, I'm going to fuck you up? What is that?
That was a threat, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was a threat directed at some other individuals with whom you had some sort of a beef or a problem.
Correct.
And your resolution of that problem is, I'm going to fuck you up, I'm going to beat your ass, right?
Correct.
But you've never been in a fight.
Never.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, could we play evidence number 87?
Yes.
You're a bench, bro. Fuck you. Now talk to you because this phone, boy, you be locked up. Hell.
He went full Cactus Jack.
May I- Mr. Albert, who was that in that video?
Me.
Was that taken around the same time?
Yes.
You indicated, you're a bitch, bro. Right?
Correct.
Was that a threat?
Yes.
More of an insult?
Yeah, more of an insult.
Calling someone
I
out?
should have. I think I might have missed
Yep.
it now, Dizzy. That would have been better.
Yeah.
Prompting him to maybe
That would have been a good call.
Objection, Your Honor.
Yeah, I'll ask that question differently, Mr.
Let me
Jackson.
slow down a little bit here.
also call him a pussy, didn't you?
Oh, shit.
Correct.
I missed pussy. We'll go back for a pussy from Alan Jackson.
Jackson,
Hold
Your
on.
Honor.
Yeah, I'll ask that question differently, Mr. Jackson.
Also,
He's like, and Bev's like, can you ask that question a little bit different, Mr. Jackson? He's like, sure, watch this.
Yeah, I'll ask that question differently, Mr. Jackson.
also call him a pussy, didn't you?
Correct.
Jesus.
Derogatory comment.
Correct.
And then you
Can I
said,
rephrase that?
KO, bang bang, right?
Correct.
What's KO mean?
Knockout.
And what does bang bang mean?
I'm not sure, honestly.
You were just talking about knocking somebody out,
Correct.
and the bang bang just sort of flowed.
Exactly.
Was that a threat?
Yes.
And these threats that we've just talked about, that we've just seen, these are threats of physical violence, right?
Correct.
You're not threatening to hurt their feelings or send them a mean text, right?
No.
You're threatening to kick their ass, right?
Correct.
To get physical, right?
Yes.
To ball up your fists and beat the shit out of them.
Objection.
Can you answer that? Will you answer that, please?
Yeah, can you repeat the question?
Probably shouldn't. You were threatening to ball up your fist and beat the heck out of them.
Objection.
I'll allow it. Is that what you were threatening to do?
Yes.
When you testified in a separate proceeding in July 2023, you actually showed up for questioning live, correct?
Yes.
And you showed up at the time in July of 2023 with your knuckles busted up again, didn't you?
Correct.
And you were asked about your knuckles at that time, correct?
Correct.
And that time you said, oh no, I didn't fall down on black ice and slip and break my fall with my knuckles like you said here. You said, oh, I hit a heavy bag and busted my knuckles up on a heavy bag, right?
Correct.
So that heavy bag was you practicing boxing, right?
It was me getting cardio, yes.
Which is in a form of fighting,
In a form, yeah.
punching a bag.
Yep.
That's how you choose to do your cardio.
Sometimes.
And you're right-handed,
Yes.
and it was your right hand that was busted up.
Correct.
So when you throw your hardest punch, that's with your right hand, isn't it?
I'd say, I'm not sure. I'd say they're equal.
You're equally strong with both hands.
I'd say so.
So in your words, you could fuck somebody up with either hand, right?
Objection, Your Honor.
Can you answer that?
No, I'm not saying that.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Lally?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, just before I begin, may we approach?
Okay.
We'll keep rocking here for a minute. Hold on. The long ass sidebar again. See what loud. I think this is pretty short. Tiff can't handle the cursing in court.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Mr. Albert, just to be clear.
It's almost like cursing on television. Back in the day, they pretty much let a lot of stuff go today. But when we were kids, like they weren't letting basically even ass go by at a certain point until like the later 90s. It's like when you hear one slip by, you're like, oh shit.
Not your cousin, correct?
Correct.
She's a friend of yours who you have relatives in common, is that correct?
Correct.
Now, when you and I and other individuals met
That's
prior to
same
your testimony
Shelley.
in this case, it was just one time, is that correct?
Correct.
Did we talk about something called sequestration?
Not that I remember, no.
Did we talk about having conversations with other witnesses while the case was pending or going on?
No.
Now, you testified when you were asked on cross-examination that you haven't had any conversations with any other witnesses, you haven't watched any coverage, you haven't done any interviews, correct?
Correct.
Was that at my instruction?
No.
Is that something that you've done at any point in time as far as talking to any other witnesses, including your parents?
No.
Now, you were asked some questions about cross-examination about your family's relationship sort of with the Proctor family, correct?
Correct.
And taking the Proctor family as it was put as sort of an entity, what I'm going to ask you about is purely about Trooper Michael Proctor. How many times have you
That's how I
seen
kind of
him in your
felt,
life?
honestly, Kelly.
Maybe 5, 6 times.
And when about would those be, and what would the nature of those interactions be?
Like there might be a
Other
little
than when
too
I
much
got-
fucking coaching and everybody getting together to where it feels so fucking bizarre and fake that everybody's on the same story. Like, just we need the fucking truth, guys. Everybody.
Interviewed
Where is
last
that?
time
Where do we
with
find
Trooper
it?
Proctor and one of his partners. Other than that, I didn't see him for years, I want to say, since I was a young kid.
And when you were a young kid, just so we're clear, as far as young, how young is young?
Maybe saw him. I could have seen him at like a football game or something, but other than that, like pretty young, like 12, 11, 13 years old.
And whereabout, or what was the context in which you would have seen him? Was it you and him together, or was it a group setting, family? How would you come into contact with him?
We've been over the grandmother's house a couple of times, but that's pretty much the only time I would see him.
Now, as far as the photograph that you were shown, as far as a wedding was concerned, you were a ring bearer in that wedding?
Correct.
And that was over 10 years ago, you said?
Yes.
How old would you have been in that particular photograph or in that particular wedding?
If I had to guess, 8 or 9, maybe around there.
Do you have any independent memory of that wedding or anything about that wedding?
None.
And as far as your family being close, again, sort of the Proctor family as an entity, is your family close with all of the Proctors, or is your family close with Courtney Proctor, or is your family close with Michael Proctor?
Mostly just like my aunt and my mom's friendly with Courtney, I'd say. Not really close with Michael.
There are some questions about the text messages that were up on the screen yesterday and up on the screen today. As far as sort of gap between January 28th and February, is that correct?
Correct.
Now, you indicated that there were other means by which you would have communicated with your friend Allie McCabe, is that correct?
Correct.
Is that consistent with, is that only Allie McCabe, or is that consistent with other friends that you would communicate with?
All my friends.
You would sort of switch between call, text, Snapchat, other apps, things like that?
Exactly.
And the top of that screen was the text messages regarding picking you up from 34 Fairview on January 28th or 29th, correct?
Correct.
Do you have any idea when the last time was? Text before that? Was it days, weeks, months?
Not sure.
That period sort of,
Thank you.
that period
That
is
was
sort of
definitely.
January 28th until February. Is
Started
that,
looking at this. Take this away
how
from
would you
me.
characterize that? Is that a normal gap between times that you would have text communications with Allie McCabe?
On iMessage, yeah, I would say so, yeah.
And from photographs that you were shown yesterday during your direct examination when I was asking you questions, those were photographs from February 11th of 2022, correct?
Correct.
And Ms. McCabe was present at the house for your cousin Jack coming home from the Marine Corps as well?
Correct.
You saw her on February 11th, correct?
Yes.
Now, the other photographs that you were shown today at some sort of bar or establishment, were those taken before or after the time at your uncle's house when your cousin Jack came home from the Marines?
After.
And after by days, weeks, if you know?
Weeks.
Now, with regard to questions you were asked about injuries to your hand, those are two separate incidents, one in February when you slipped on ice, is that correct?
Correct.
And one in July when you had struck a heavy bag, correct?
Correct.
And when you struck a heavy bag and got sort of injuries on your hands, were you wearing anything on your hand when you hit the heavy bag?
Nothing, nope.
Have you received any sort of training in boxing, taking classes, anything like that?
Never.
It's something you do as part of your workout, correct?
Correct.
You're an athlete, correct?
I'd like to say so, yeah.
You played sports in high school, correct?
Yeah.
And at least at the beginning of college, you played sports in college, correct?
Correct.
Now, you were asked about things about that February 26th photo at, it was Fenway Johnny's, is that where it was?
Correct.
And you were asked about control over the photograph, correct?
Say that again?
You were asked different questions about your control over what you could do or alter with respect to the photograph, correct?
Yes, correct.
Ultimately, though, you were in control about whether or not you were photographed, correct?
Yes.
Nobody forced you to go up and pose with your friends or anything like that?
Nope.
Now, as far as those videos that you were just shown, how old were you?
Around 16, I'd say around 16 years old.
So you believe it was sometime in your sophomore year of high school?
Yes, that's what I believe.
And so that would have been a couple years before your senior year of high school, which you were in January 2020, correct?
Correct.
And this video, as far as you recall who you were referencing in those videos?
An advantage club hockey team.
So a club hockey team, were they about the same age as you?
Yes.
And did you know any of those people?
Nope.
And were they the club hockey team, was that within the same town?
I'm
as you
speeding
were?
it up. I do want to
I'm
hear the
not
rest
sure.
of this, but I'm going to speed.
Like hockey?
Nope.
Fucking Lally's not killing me.
Never.
And was this just you sending them videos, or was this some sort of argument or something going back and forth?
It was an argument going back and forth.
So what, if anything, did you or any of your friends receive in regard to from that club hockey team?
We received texts like being name called, like
Truth,
calling pussies and
me,
words like
Vito.
that.
So do you recall which came first as far as the text or the video?
I do not recall.
But similar, the text message that you received from this club hockey team, were they similar in nature to the videos that you posted?
Correct.
Do you recall what the argument was about with this other group of kids from this club hockey team?
Yeah, it was the girls in our friend group. A couple of the girls in our friend group like hung out with them a few times. So like all my guy friends got a little salty about it. So
Listen,
that's why
listen,
we
I'm a
kind
little
of sent
salty,
videos back and
bro.
forth.
What you trying to do?
Your
You trying to
teenage
get
kids
up on
talking
our
about
fucking
friends.
Canton
Exactly.
girls? I don't think so now.
At any point in time, did your friend group and this club hockey team
Bang,
ever
bang.
meet up at all?
Never.
Any sort of physical altercation or anything like that?
Nope.
And you indicated that you've never really been in a fight except for with your brothers, correct?
Correct.
And when you would get in a fight with your brothers, how old were you then?
Younger.
I did
I'd
get
say.
in a lot of
Younger.
fights.
Younger,
Like,
like as young as you were when you were ring bearer in somebody's wedding?
Yeah.
Now, with regard to John O'Keefe, your neighbor who lived a couple doors down, you ever threaten John O'Keefe?
Never.
John O'Keefe ever threaten you?
Never.
You ever get in an argument about girls?
Nope.
Any
but
comments or any
I've always kind of
conflict
liked
you can
weird
recall ever between yourself and Mr.
confrontation.
O'Keefe?
Like
Never.
I wrestled in high school. It's the only sport I ever did.
Now, you were asked some questions on cross-examination regarding whether or not you've been thinking about this case for the last 2.5 years.
Someone's being a
All that.
douchebag. It's hard for me not to be
And you
like,
indicated that you would not, correct?
Mhm.
stop.
Correct.
And you indicated
You
in your
fucking
testimony in
suck.
response to that questioning, essentially not until people were writing things about you on the internet, correct? Can you expound upon that? Can you explain to the jury sort of when that occurred and what were the things that were being written about you on the internet?
I'd say about a little over a year. It started when people on Twitter, Instagram, social media were just coming at my family, calling us murderers, harassing us, showing up to our doorsteps, our sports games. I mean, we couldn't leave the house without people taking pictures of us, and it's very terrible.
And how long has that gone on for?
The past year and change, a couple months. Past year and a couple months, I'd say.
To be clear, that night that you were at 34 Fairview Road at your uncle's house, January 28th and 29th, at any point in time did you see John O'Keefe at that house, come into that house, around that house, at any point in time that you did?
Never.
Nothing cool.
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Like the story of him having the issue with John O'Keefe, you know, I can actually see it and it makes sense to a degree. Again, just stories that you hear about, the beer cans in the bushes, him coming onto the property when him and Karen Reed were out of town and coming on, you know, you could see him through the Ring doorbell or the footage or whatever. And it's almost like he's taunting him. It's almost like you can hear and you can see that stuff. I don't know that. I do know that in a trial, in a situation like this, I will say that you're going to be presenting yourself in the best possible scenario for the eyes of the jurors. Like, that's definitely being prepped, right, by Lally. That's something that is smart in a lot of ways. But also, I mean, we need truth is what we need here, because everything is fucking confusing as shit, and I don't know what the hell's going on, man. Like, what are we, 3 weeks into this now? No, 2 weeks. Day 13. Halfway through week 13, you're counting, if you count it like that. So, yeah, tomorrow's the last day before we get to the weekend. Another week in. This one's wild. Wild. Oh, shit. None of your business coming through with the wrestling It really is a Tommy Dreamer versus Raven scenario with the old ECW hat. That's awesome in your business. That's sweet. The wrestling reference. You can't handle the truth.
Dan's a fantastic,
Dan's a fantastic man. And he will be back tomorrow night for Kick. We're going to be hanging out. Hanging out here for Phil Friday. For sure. Okay. I don't know what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing something. We'll have to see. I'm trying to work out something. I don't know if I've got any messages back. I don't yet. I'm going to hit them back tomorrow and see if I can get this worked out. But I've got something that I'm trying to work out. Whether it'll happen tomorrow or not, I don't know. Keep eyes on socials. Dizzy fucking knows. Hold on real quick. Let me get everything going here. First and foremost, you're going to want to be following me here. This is a great place to get everything daily from me here at Publicly Buzzed. Follow that account, please. Now, no, that's what. Hopefully, I'm working on that, Sarah. I'm working on that. Yeah, and otherwise, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, right here, Feral Friday. We're going to start the party on YouTube per the usual, and we're going to be heading over to, let's see if it actually works here in the chat with the prompt. We're going to be heading over to a website called Kick. Kick.com/publiclybuzzed. It's not working, so let me get you the link. And, I understand it's weird using different websites. I get it. This is a good one, though, because every Friday night we go live on here for about an hour to 2 hours. Usually more like 2 hours. Viv, thank you. I love you, Viv. I hope Mr. Darcy's going to be getting some Chick-fil-A tomorrow. That's the video I'm going to be looking for tomorrow from fucking Viv. But that website, that link right there, the purple one you see right there, at least on my screen, follow that. Get it on your phone or go to it on your laptop or your PC. Because we watch movies, we watch television shows, we have music parties. We get down, okay? We've watched Twin Peaks on there. We've went through a lot of horror movies, some comedies. We'll have special guests to watch movies. I'm working on getting Bob Mata on here to watch Good Will Hunting, hopefully very soon. I know he's down. I just got to get the timing right. Got to get that scheduled out. Yeah, right there. Gail fucking knows music and movies, baby. We don't mess around on a Feral Friday, baby. Huh? We don't mess around on a Feral Friday. I'm telling you right now.
Hold up! Hold up! Hold up!
Just chilling.
Just chilling.
Give me the loot! Give me the loot!
We ain't fucking around, son. Hold on. I still got a bunch of half-baked things.
But let me tell you something. I love weed, okay? I love it. But not as much as I love pussy.
Oh, shit. Been a lot of pussy talk here tonight.
I don't do drugs, though. Just weed.
That's going to get cut by Phil for sure.
Man, I remember when a dime bag cost a dime. You know what I mean?
Well, let me tell you something!
Hit them all, baby!
Come on, Mary Jane. I mean, do I look like somebody that would smoke marijuana?
No. That was from the 420 party we watched Half Baked, so... That is only on Patreon. You can only see that on Patreon. A lot of the times, if you don't come through on the night that we watch Kick, I'll leave those movies up. I'll leave some of those shows up for a little while, but then those things disappear. And the only way to see them is on the Publicly Buzzed Patreon. So some of those folks can go and revisit a lot of those memories endlessly. I saw that. They made it I think they made it a class 3, didn't they? From a class 1 in your business, if I'm not mistaken. I did see that. Oh shit, what? Sarah, I won't be there. D&D night got moved to Friday instead of Saturday. What the hell? I understand. I get it. Dan likes D&D. Dan was always trying to get me to join him for a D&D party. Always trying to get me to come through to play some D&D. And I never did. One time with another set of friends, I tried. Dude, I'm saying I didn't get through the first fucking, got to me. I was like, guys, I got to get the fuck out. I can't get into it. Dan digs it. I cannot, and I get it. It seems cool. Maybe I need the right folks. Maybe it would have worked out with Dan and his buddies. You know, maybe you need the right person to tell the story. I don't know. Yeah, Phil's videos, Tayo Toys. If you're not following fucking Phil, you done fucked up. Something else that I'm working on over to the side with Phil. It's been a minute. I need to get back to him, but you know, there's a shirt. There's a special shirt that is going to be sponsored by Tayo Toys. It's not only sponsored, designed. Fuck, what am I saying? The motherfucker made the shirt. So we're going to be getting a shirt rocking and rolling here soon. I've got a couple of things in the plans back here. So keep your eyes on everything here, Publicly Buzzed. Make sure that you're hanging out in the morning with my brothers from another mother's and my father as well, Jay. But yeah, Jay and Bob. I'm going to send you there right now. I'm going to put the old redirect machine on, which we call the portal. Let me just find that stream. I think they're with Bob in the morning. He might not have it up. He might not have his stream up yet. Sometimes he does not. Oh, I don't think he does. Shit. I'm going to send you to a Jessica for Justice stream is what I'm going to send you to. Coming up. I don't know how far down the road that is. It seems like it's going to be down the road because I don't know if these go in order. Maybe Joe Jackalone in the morning. I'm going to try to send you to Jessica, actually. Maybe there's some people in here that aren't following Jessica, man. Jessica for Justice fucking rules. She's awesome. She's always hanging out in here. If you're not following her, follow her channel. We're trying to get her to 500 so she can get monetized here on YouTube. She's also on Kick. Fucking awesome. When you get there, show her some love. Give her the likes. She's cool, man. She's one of the good guys, all right? She's one of the good ones, if you know what I'm saying. If you're deep into this thing, I think you do know what I'm saying. So, one thing, I do want to just show the love at the end here, because I try to do this at the very end now. Got a couple in here. Defense Attorney Meow coming through, gifted out a membership.
Welcome to the party.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Get in here. I forgot who got that one. But Cat Grow also gifted out a membership. Get the fuck in here. I think Sleuthy got one of those.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Hell yeah.
I'm telling you like it is, baby.
And then, of course, Jersey Jane with the $2. Show some love for our hardworking Steve. Thank you so much, Jersey Jane. I freaking love you. That's absolutely amazing.
Give me the loot.
Yeah, we closing her out right now. Gail, coming through at the end. Shit, this one just popped up right in front of me. Thank you from Gail. $10. Gail, always coming through. You're fucking amazing, Gail. You're amazing. Insane, actually. Holy crap. Let me give you a little love, too. Thank you so much. And I'm going to hit the one I didn't hit the backside here. That is from anybody else that doesn't know professional wrestling. Teddy DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. That's his old theme song. And I love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys fucking rule. I will see everybody tomorrow night. I will talk to everybody in the morning in the chats. You guys are the best. Have a great Thursday night. Have a great Friday. Let's crush the rest of this week. Let's get into the weekend. Love you.
This verse